First tonight, HS2. The government says it's going to give the economy a vital boost, but there are concerns about what it's doing to the health of the people who live along the route. We've heard from residents who say that the stress is pushing them to breaking point. Jeremy Stern investigates.
In the heart of the English countryside, there are signs of unrest.
Stop HS2! The country says no to HS2!
HS2 was first announced 5 years ago. Now the government's pushing through plans for the south to north rail link.
And Buckinghamshire, where I am, is in the way.
Hundreds of homes will be knocked down. Their owners will be compensated, but thousands of others living near the line don't qualify. The pressure is pushing some to the brink.
As a GP, I'm seeing lots of people coming in with stress-related illness. I can just see that there is no end in sight for these people.
How bad did it get?
I felt suicidal a couple of times, to the extent I thought I might do the Dignitas route.
A £50 billion complete white elephant. What is Cameron thinking about?
I think it's vital for Britain if we're going to succeed in the global race. You know, other countries have got high-speed rail networks. We need to have them too.
Our rail network developed in Victorian times, and it hasn't changed much over the years. The government says HS2 will revolutionise UK travel, whisking passengers from London to Birmingham in 49 minutes. Trains will pass through Buckinghamshire, but won't stop there. That's one of the reasons why many people don't see any benefit.
Whatever you do, don't start arguing back.
Protesters have got together in Aylesbury for what they're calling an HS2 summit.
Top of the agenda, how to stop HS2.
Their campaign has been determined and organised, but last year MPs backed plans for the rail link.
HS2 has destroyed our lives because day in and day out we live with this.
It's just going to go flying straight past. It's not going to make any difference to me because I've got to go into London before I can go up to the north, all the rest of it.
There is such distress being caused, especially among elderly people, for whom this is going to be a life sentence. They're not going to see the completion of this project.
In some cases, the prospect of HS2 has pushed homeowners to the edge.
Well, the line is going to run approximately...
Pauline and John Hughes live near Gaydon. Their house is 170 metres from where an underground tunnel will go.
It's not just us.
They don't qualify for compensation, but the value of their home may have gone down by at least a third.
We are unable to sell our house. We've had the house on the market for 2 years, and we have been told by the estate agent that it's all because of HS2.
The anxiety has built up. Pauline can't sleep and her health has deteriorated. A few months ago, it all came to a head.
I was in a trough of despair because I couldn't see the point in going on.
How bad did it get?
I felt suicidal a couple of times, to the extent I thought I might do the Dignitas route.
It is the first time, I have to say, it's the first time that we have talked about this to each other, about how depressing the future is. And yes, suicidal has entered my head as well, seriously entered.
Pauline's case is extreme, and the extent to which her poor health can be directly connected to HS2 is open to question. But she's one of many people I've spoken to who say that they think far more could have been done to help them cope with stress caused by HS2.
This house has been home to the Shanks family for more than 20 years. They say it's more than just a place to live, it's a connection to their father and husband, Paul, who died 7 years ago.
He didn't have many clothes and silly things like that, so we don't have any of his jackets or like his watch or his wedding ring or anything. It's kind of just the house. This is it. It's kind of like our safe spot. Yeah.
4 of Casey Kimmy's siblings are autistic, including Laurie Laney.
I don't deal with change very well, so I'm autistic, and autism is connected almost with depression and anxiety.
The government's buying some of the family's land to make way for the line, but the exact size of the construction site isn't yet known. It's possible the family home will need to be demolished.
I can't describe just how difficult I'm going to find it. I don't even like thinking about it because it makes me want to cry because I can't understand. I don't get change. Yeah, big word. Oh God, I don't want it to happen. I can't let go. I don't know how to. So I'm finding this quite difficult. You asking the question is kind of bringing up the fact that it's going to happen. It does raise anxiety. It does raise the depression.
The biggest worry for me is the vibration.
If the house is knocked down, the family will be financially compensated. But Mum Vicky says the children's health is her priority.
I wouldn't blame HS2, but HS2 has definitely exacerbated what was already a very bad situation. And certainly the children, you know, so many of them are in therapy and on antidepressants, and I truly believe they would not be in the situation they're in now and as anxious and as stressed as they are now without HS2, because they would be settled and secure here, and they would know that they were going to stay settled and secure here.
The Shanks family is particularly vulnerable, but I want to know just how far-reaching the problem of HS2 stress has become. Kate Barnes is a GP in Great Missenden. She's one of several doctors I've spoken to who say they're seeing more patients because of HS2.
Well, I've certainly had people who've come in and said to me that they've just felt life isn't worth living. There's nothing to live for any longer, this kind of thing. And I've got a number of patients who I've had to put on antidepressants who would never have dreamed of having to have that kind of support. And that's purely due to the effect of the stress of HS2.
How much can these problems be put down just to HS2? I mean, wouldn't these people not have just got ill anyway?
It's basically to do with the fact that this is something that is ongoing. You know, we're not talking about something that's got a start and a finish within a few days, a few weeks. We're talking about something that's going on for years. Most days of the week when I'm working, I will have somebody that comes in who is suffering stress as a result of HS2. To me, that suggests that this is actually quite a big problem and that I may only be seeing the tip of the iceberg.
Concerns about mental health were raised at several HS2 public consultations and addressed in the government's health impact assessment. But this report was published in November 2013. That's more than 3 years after the route for HS2 was announced. It's clear that by that stage, some people were already ill. HS2 Limited, the company responsible for the line, says it's acted legally, and this has been upheld in court. Our request for an interview was declined, but we were sent a statement.
HS2 will bring real economic benefits for communities up and down the country. However, alongside that, we do recognise the impact on people living close to the line. The government is offering a generous compensation package. We urge anyone who has a concern to call our help desk on 0207 944 4908 or go through our website hs2.org.uk.
The Hughes are trying to stay positive. They've met a committee of MPs that's visited people living near the line. A residents commissioner is also being recruited to help homeowners. Pauline and John have both now seen their doctor, but like many others, they don't find it easy to ask for support.
We're wartime babies. We haven't been brought up to think in terms of you've got to go and seek help, you've got to go and seek therapy, you've got to go and seek a psychiatrist and so on. We've been told you've got to get on with it.
You're finding it hard?
Yeah. And again, as this interview has brought out, we keep things from each other, in fact, in our mental state.
Jeremy Stern reporting there. As ever, love to hear your thoughts on that one. john.cuthill@bbc.co.uk is our email address.